Yo, what up, guys? Beside you here. Here comes the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You're already expecting a 15x summoning event to come up, but in this video, I also want to tell you about the crazy champion training tournament that will have a 5-star perfect soul for a champion you might have or not have. I'm not talking about this one you already seen in game. It's not going to be the Crow Card Packmaster event. No, there's an entirely different event kicking up on Saturday that I'll tell you about. Then also at the end, I'll talk about this champion training, a special champion. No, it's not a champion training now, a spider tournament that says use lizardmen only. I'll show you my lizardmen team that is currently soloing this content at 20, soloing this content at 25, or soloing or duoing this content at hard mode of the spider. I'll show you that team. I might even do a dedicated video about the champion later. I don't want to make this one too long, but I'll show you how I'm currently farming this. And yes, it's totally worth going for because we love prism crystals on my account. Alright, let's head into the first news. I want to tell you about the progressive chance event that is coming up this weekend. Will feature these champions. I'm not too crazy about progressive chance events. That's why when yesterday the World Lizard Day, is it World Lizard Day that called it or something like that? Yesterday they announced it. It was the 14th of the month and it was, let me see the news again. Yeah, World Lizard Day. It's just to raise awareness for lizards in general. I'm not just talking about those little ones. That event was announced and it featured a bunch of lizards that are still going on right now. It's the 14th. It's supposed to end by now, but it's still going on for an additional 16 hours. So these are all lizards to celebrate World Lizard Day. In case you still have some shards not summoned from your Tuesday summoning, from your Wednesday summoning, progressive chance event, here comes another opportunity for Raid to, feature some champions you might not yet have and summon 3, 4, 5 legendaries until you finally hit that 25x max. That's why I don't like 15x event, because you probably won't get the lizard of your choice in your first summon or your second one. So, but congrats to Ade. I think Ade got a Rotos from his first summon also. So I don't like progressive events, but one is coming up that will feature these champions on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And this is going to feature Freya, Fate Weaver, Amok, the First Trap, and Under Priest Brogni, Dune Herald, Zaharis, Fina, Blade of Aravia, Warlord if you're summoning Void Shards, Cardiel, and Riho Bone Spear. For the epic category, you have one slot to also select Sepulchre Sentinel, Grizzled Jarl, Muslim Mage, Manita, Sky Touch Shaman. That's one that is not that popular these days in Raid. So these are the champions available this weekend summons, and definitely there's no real reason to summon for them except it does gives you the point you need for this event, right? This what do you call it now? Oxpath. Definitely we'll have to summon some shards. When they announced the Oxpath, they did say how we're going to pick up points from it will be by getting artifact and summoning champions from shards. So if you're one of those who is looking forward to completing this Oxpath so you can pick up your Shayak, well, now you know the event, this shard summoning event, 15x progressive chance event that will align with this Oxpath. So definitely getting artifacts that is dungeon divers might not be the best way to complete this Oxpath. The best way will be to summon champions. We just don't know yet how many. That's why I did not talk about this event when it launched yesterday, because I wanted to wait until tomorrow when it officially shows us the heroes part so we can tell how many points to require. Is it going to be 11 sacred shards, 20 sacred shards for a guaranteed Shayak, or is it going to be a 25 to 30? No, nothing crazy like that. But some players might also be interested in the 5-star soul for Crow Card himself. So I don't know yet which to go for. I'm just waiting for this event to officially launch. But as you're summoning for this Oxpath, you will be trying to get one of these champions added to your roster. I already closed them, but you get the point. Alright, so that's the news that is dropping right now in Raid regarding this 15x coming up this weekend. So it's not just going to be a 15x standing on its own, it's going to align with this Oxpath so you can see if you're lucky enough to get any of those champions on the list. The second bit of information that just showed up in the news right here is not yet in-game. You might not see it as a champion training, but it is coming. On Saturday, August the 16th, they are planning to launch a champion training tournament. It's going to be right here when you finally see it in-game. A champion training tournament. And what is this one going to give you in terms of the rewards? And why is the champion training tournament even special in the first place? I say this in the special because it will have a 5-star up to a 6-star perfect soul, not a 5-star. Well, depending on your level in the game, if you're a newer player who is currently at level 31 to 40, you will see a 3-star perfect soul. Level 41 to 60 will see a 4-star perfect soul as their reward, while level 61 to 99 will see a 5-star perfect soul. Now level 100 players will see a 6-star perfect soul. This champion training is not going to be easy. There are minimum points you have to score to even get it. Take note of that. But what are you getting? You're getting a Ramantu Drake's Blood perfect soul. So if you do not know, the champion I'm talking about is one that we all got for free by just playing the game, right? And doing all the Ramantu missions that we had to do. Ramantu Drake's Blood. I still have a 2-star soul on him. So if you want a 2-star, 3-star, well, it starts from 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, or even a 6-star, depending on your level in the game, then you'll be crazy enough to go for this one. Why did I say crazy enough? Because these rewards are not available to everybody who just pushes for this champion training. No. It's a tournament, remember. So these rewards will be available to only the winners of the group. So let's say, for example, now this is the champion training. Let's say the example. You won't see the 5-star, 3-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star soul right here at the top of the board. No, it will be on the number 1 slot right here for only the winners. Let me read it again. If you manage to take first place on the leaderboard in your group, 100 players are on this group right now. During this tournament, you will earn Ramantu Drake's Blood perfect soul. The higher your level, the higher the rank of the perfect soul you will receive. So it's not for everybody. So definitely, if you're one of those who have the resources, the energy, the gems, everything it takes to chase after a champion training, the what do you call it now, the brews, the chickens, the feast, you can go crazy for it and get a 6-star perfect soul for Ramantu Drake's Blood. He's an amazing PvP champion. He's not quite popular these days, but it's still useful in those type of content. So it's rare that you don't even see him. He's not part of the meta, I don't think. I've not seen him. But if you have a 6-star soul, you might just be tempted to use him in a lot of content like that. So I don't know why this is coming up. Is he a lizard? Is Ramantu Drake's Blood a lizard? Is that why they are coming up as part of World Lizard Day and they had to just choose a champion that is a lizard? I don't even know where I used mine. I just built him a long time ago. Yeah, he is a lizard. So it's part of the World Lizard Day. That's why they are featuring all these Lizardmen champions as part of a 15S going on right now. And now as part of a 5-star soul for him. Out of all the lizards, why Ramantu though? I don't know if there are other lizard most players would have appreciated more, like Legatiox or something. There are other lizards that could have been the reward for this champion training that would be more competitive. I don't know whether this champion is well sought after these days in the end game on the high level of Platinum Arena. You guys let me know in the comments if this 6-star soul is going to be worth it. Because these champion trainings are usually very competitive. I know, because the last time there was a champion training during this fusion, I had to go for it and win the leaderboard points so I can get those 10 extra fragments. I posted that live stream, so it was quite stressful to see and try not to be sniped using different strategy, whether you want to start early and push in the leaderboard of the champion training, or you want to start late and snipe everybody in the last 1 hour or 2. You have to decide which one. But definitely Ramantu Drake's Blood 4-star soul, 5-star soul is not something I need on my account desperately. I rather wait to naturally pick up this champion one day by adding him into my wish list, right? And then one day I just see him. Just like maybe you can be checking your soul merchants daily to see one day you just get enough resources and buy him. That's how I prefer to patiently get it. But if you want him instantly right now, when the event kicks off on Saturday, this event is for you. But I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it at all. So yeah, that's the second event that is going on, that is coming up on Saturday. And yeah, the 16th Ramantu Drake's Blood perfect soul is up for grabs. Let me know in the comments, is it something you actually need, or did they just do it as part of why did this one come up? They didn't want the champion training to be boring, I guess. They wanted the champion training that will be engaging. I still hope that champion training has the normal legendary skill tome that is on that top right there, so I can just pick that one up from the champion training and call it quits. I don't want to push for a champion training tournament, except it's gonna be something amazing than just a perfect soul for a champion. It might be very competitive also, and you might push a lot and you spend all your resources and somebody just comes in the last minute and snipes you to bits and pieces. So take note of that. Check out your tournament if it's very competitive before you even start pushing for it. Now, for the last piece of information I wanted to share in this video is regarding this spider tournament that I already opened. When I saw it, I was like, oh, another spider tournament that has a restriction on the champions who can use, that the rewards are probably not even going to be worth it. I'm not going to go for it. Then I looked on the other side, I saw a prism crystal. I'm like, why is that icon there? Challenge rules are stated right here. Using only champions from the faction Lizardmen. The rewards better be worth it, because some players won't be able to participate in this one because the Lizardmen is not an easy faction to have the best champions you need for the spider. Right? I'm talking about turn meter reduction, HP burn, freeze. These are the common ways we normally use to take care of the spider in normal mode, right? So I don't know any Lizardmen that does this Razen, maybe turn meter reduction Razen. And there are some, I'll take a look at some of the roster and see what players are using in that content and show you my team that I'm currently using to beat this content that gives me some points right now. All right, so this is the reward you get right here, prism crystals. Now take note, there's no prison summoning event going on right now as this tournament is going on, but when you eventually get it and hold it, the prism crystal event will still come up, and then you can summon these crystals for it. But normally I wouldn't recommend you claim it, right? You want to leave it right here in this tournament and claim it when you need it, either in the future, or let it automatically claim and then it saves for you, right? That's the strategy we use to save it in case you don't like the champion pool in these prism crystals that is coming up soon. Normally the prism crystals comes up before we see the tournament. Then we complain that they were always putting that prism crystal event up, then the tournament has not started, a day late, and then we see that the prism crystals are available in the store for sale. People could buy it and summon prism crystals, but for the free-to-play players like us, there's no tournament or Sun Devil, nothing for us to farm and then summon for it. So this time around they're switching it up. Here you go, here's your prism crystals, claim it, but you don't have anywhere to summon it right now. When we get the prism crystals, we could find it right here in the summoning portal, right under remnant summons. So it's not there yet. So why is there an event coming up? I'm not complaining, I like it, because right now, right after a fusion, most players don't know or what to do with their resources and time. They are building your account, you're building your champions, or you're just bored looking for the next big thing coming up in raid, which is supposed to be this heroes part. But if you're not interested in this heroes part, then here is another champion training coming up, or here's a prism crystal for you to claim. So there are different things you can do in the game. Choose which one. You don't have to do all of them, just like I'm ignoring this 15x that is going on right now and the 15x that is coming up this weekend, but I'm waiting for the heroes part to see whether I'll ignore that or not. I already have Shayak, by the way, so I'll be only interested in the Crocard's 5-star soul, if that's going to be attainable depending on the point requirements, right? Now let me showcase or flex my spider solo team. Now if you go to my last shard opening video during this week, last weekend, when we opened void shards, you know I summoned void shards until I got one legendary, and it was Sulfurion, right? And if you know anything about that champion, he's an amazing lizard, void legendary lizard. So I got him. I've never really take a champion to 60 that fast. You know, normally we wait for champion training to take champions to 60, but I did not wait. He's not even 60 yet on my account. He's probably 50 something. There you go. So Furion in all his glory, level 54. He was 5-star this morning. I took him to 50, took him to 60, put masteries on him instantly, and then put gear on him also. So it could help me with this Lizardman Spider tournament, because if you do not use this champion for Spider, if you do not have him, obviously a lot of people don't have void legendaries like this, who are you going to use in the Lizardmen faction? Sorry, who are you going to use? A lot of people who have Teox are using Lega Teox. I don't have Teox, obviously. Neck Motor, man, I don't think he's an MVP right here. I'm saying the options for Spider in terms of the legendaries are limited. Now, if you scroll further to Epic, sometimes Epics carries you. You don't even need the legendaries. The options for Epics also are limited. Maybe later on stream, I'll do an Epic only team for the Spider 20. Maybe that's something I'll do, but it's going to be very, very difficult. I'm even looking for champions who could do it, because maybe I don't see any HP born champions. The best way to filter for this is using the in-game filter right here. Select Epics only, faction Lizardmen, so you know what your account has and what is possible. and then you're looking for buffs or debuffs. In this case, I'm looking for a HP Bond champion. Let me see if I have HP Bond champion from the Lizardmen. Where is HP Bond? My eyes. There you go. None. No HP Bond champion for epics. In my vault and everywhere, it's not found. I turned on Lizardmen. I turned on epics only, right? Yes. Let me add legendaries. 1. So he's the only HP Bond champion in Lizardmen that I have? That is strange. So I guess players would... What about enemy max HP nukes? Because HP Bond is not the only way to deal with the spider. You could go in there with crazy champions like Cold Art and nuke it. But this time around, we can't use a Cold Art. We'll have to restrict ourselves to Lizardmen. And you can look for other effects, not just HP Bond now. What about freeze? That's A1 freeze though, because AoE freeze is needed sometimes. What about stun? Yeah, you got some good stunners right here, including this one that we're Drake's Blood, right? That he's currently giving his soul out for. But I don't see a crazy AoE stunner right there. The next one, I'm looking for other effects, positive effects. Will I see enemy max HP nukes? Or that doesn't show up in these filters. I don't think that type of hit shows up. I would love to see if there's enemy max HP nukers, not by champion stats, but I can't find that right now. But I'm saying the Lizardmen faction is a hard one to do. So I'd love to know your opinion below, which teams you're using to beat this. If I didn't get this champion, I probably would not be able to get this one done. Or maybe I'll do it at level 10, because yes, like it or not, the spider 10 is also a viable way most players will get this one done, depending on your level in the game. But 20 is the minimum place that most players will start and begin to put their Python. Yes, Python is a common champion a lot of players will have if you don't have a Krisk. Let me turn on the filters again. And before I show you my crazy team that is doing it on hard mode, let me recommend a team for early game players. At least, because this is going to be a difficult one. I guarantee it's going to be a difficult one. I really love to know what teams you're using it to beat it, but I always want to see what Lizardmen could take out this type of battles whenever it comes up, so I can put out the video. Because I have not built these champions, I've not built this one, so I'm not sure their capability for damage. We know this champion, but this is obviously not a Spider 20 champion. We know Venomage is amazing, but poison is not a content, something you want to bring into this content at all. I wonder if this champion is an AoE damage dealer. I've been looking towards... That's an AoE hit. Yeah, that's an AoE champion. So maybe just pure damage, 1 or 2 pure damage, and you just nuke them down to bits and pieces. Decrease speed, stun. 40% chance to place stun. This is an AoE stun on Broodlord. Because if you don't control the spiderlings, you will have a hard time in this. I don't see any crazy decreased Tomita champions in this one also. Alright, so I would love to know what content, what teams are you using to beat it. It's time for me to flex my team, because yes, this type of restriction to spider is supposed to, challenge players into building champions they normally would not build and use them for the spider. That's what it's all about. So it challenged me and I answered the challenge, and if I put in only this champion, he could easily nuke down Spider 20, right? Spider 20 just solo with of course food champions. He could easily do it. Remember, when you're adding food champions to this type of battle, always use Lizardmen food champions. So if you don't put food champions that are Lizardmen, you will not get tournament points towards that spider tournaments. So let me show you what is working like. This team setup is turned off right now, but let me still run it, because normally you put him in a team setup so he uses the right skill at the right time and not do the wrong thing. He's allowed to use his revive in this one. You see the HP bond? Like I said, I'll do a dedicated champion guide about him, because I also want to test him out in PvP for that video, not just show him in solo content like this. So this is not a guide for Sulfurion or anything. I just so glad that I got him at the right time, got him on a Friday, and here comes a spider tournament dedicated to lizards, where he's obviously shining and doing crazy HP bonds. He's one of the few champions, or the only one so far in raid, that can place the HP bond and activate it at the same time. So he is doing it for me at 31 seconds. But I'm not going to farm this content at stage 20, which I could and sell every gear I have. 100% of the gear I get, I'll just sell it. 16 points right there from the stage 20. But because I have this champion and I put together a fast speed build for him, I was able to push him all the way to stage 10. But not solo. He needed some help because once he start getting hit, he will go down. Mine is not built to self-sustain. It's just built for speed. But if you have him on self-sustain or high resistance, I don't think the spiderlings will be hitting him that hard. But he's getting hit, so I put in a Krisk. You can even put in a Python. Anybody that can keep him alive longer and not for him to not get all the hit and die too soon. So that's what I put along with him right here. This spider stage, they're not so fast, but he's extremely fast, built for arena, because that's where he's mostly used. But I have to wait until I have a 6-star soul for him before I begin to enjoy him in that content. But for now, he's gonna feature in my Hydra teams and everywhere. Hold on, let's not hype him too much till I do the dedicated video guide about him. An amazing HP Bond champion, better than Cecilia Flametongue. I don't know. She was the best on my account until I got him. Alright, let me show you the hard 10 mode that I'm running right now. Hopefully it works this time, because initially it was, I had to set the team preset so he doesn't start the battle with his HP bond. One sec. Yeah, he shouldn't start the battle with his HP bond because the spiderlings, the spider queen just eats them. Let him open with this instead. Then he can go to the HP bond. Hopefully it's not too fast. 371. Is that 2 tons for the 1 ton of the spider queen? I don't know. If it's too fast, I'm gonna set that skill as a second priority. Let me run it. So still using 3 full champions. Not like I need to add full champions. I just wanted to show that this is the only main champion that is making this possible for me right here. Everybody right here is just here to, you know, get some XP or make sure he doesn't take the damage and die. He is allowed to revive. He went with the HP bond because I said that's first priority. Chris is going for the provoke so my champion doesn't get hit at all. Down they go again, but we are all only interested in the HP bond. Whenever he takes that turn, it doesn't matter how many HP bond is out there, he places it again and activates what is up there already. And see, we're all healthy and cool. Chris has that ally protection on him and we are not afraid of dying at all. The spider will eat the spiderlings and no problem. That's probably going to be a 1-minute run. If that did not happen, it's a fast run, but that's for spider 20. For this content, I think the spider queen will eat them several times before it's successful. But the important thing is it's not at risk of failing at all. It's a 100% team. So if you're looking for a team for that Lizardmen, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't have this champion, I'd love to know how you're getting through this. Pure damage? Come on now, it worked before. Now I record a video and it's failing. Alright, I fixed it. The problem was this little change I did at the beginning where I put the skill priority. Yeah, I have to put it back from the A1 that I did that made it fail back to this blazing barrier so he can waste the first HP bond because the boss is going to eat them anyway. That's why I changed it, but obviously he wants to. There's a turn meter control that happens when the HP bonds, I guess, tick, that gives him a little bit more HP, and that's, I mean, a little bit more turn meter. That's why it was failing. Now it's going to be successful this time around. Hopefully. No fail this time. Let me get off the screen and wait. It's going to be a 1-minute run though. This still going on? So just that little change. I don't know why that change affected it, but that's my Spiders Den Hard 10 solo team, I guess, for only this Lizardmen faction only team, right? So if you want to copy the build, I'll put a dedicated video about this champion. That's the next video I'll put right here. So go watch that video. I'll show the team again, show his stats and everything, his masteries, everything that made it possible. But basically, if you don't have to do it on hard 10. If I want to make it more, easy and less susceptible to fail, I'll probably go to hard 6 and get it done right here. But I want to farm a little bit more silver because I'm going low below 200 million. So let's get back in that number by farming hard 10 and selling majority of the trash gear. We get accessories and farm it until we get the prism crystals that we need from that content, right? That's all the information I wanted to share with you right now in this video. I know I probably took too long to record this one, so it's going to come out a little bit late. But anyways, I wanted to group everything happening in Raid into one video instead of doing 2-3 different multiple videos for today. But yeah, one video out there. Make sure you like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which of these events you're most hyped for or you're really interested in going for. Is it this crazy Ox path that has both a Shaykh out there for players who do not own him, or the perfect soul for Crocard that is coming up, or this champion training that has a 5-star for a Lizard Drake's Blood that will currently picked up for free if you're super end game. You currently have Ramantu Drake's Blood already from the Habitat missions. We still call it the Habitat missions despite it having 3 different champions, Ramantu and Marius. We still call it Habitat missions. That's always what it's going to be known as, not Ramantu missions or Marius missions. Have you done your Habitat missions? Have you picked up Ramantu yet? Most players now just go from Habitat straight to Marius. Nobody is talking about Ramantu. Maybe this champion needs a buff so it can be talked about more in Raid again. Maybe this 6-star soul will unlock a lot of things for most players who have been sleeping on him. I don't even have a champion guide on him because I obviously don't use that champion on my account because I'm not PvP hungry, I guess. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Let me know in the comments which events you're crazy about and which ones you're going for. Later, guys.